So this is random, but I guess I'll share it. The verse, "What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose your soul?" has been in my head consistently for the last few days. And I know typically when we hear that verse, we think about losing our soul, as in like losing our salvation or not being as close to God or not being as sensitive to the Holy Spirit. But and then I was reminded about the components of the soul, which is something that my pastor kind of reiterates randomly. But your soul is made up of your mind, your will, your intellect, your emotions, and your imagination. I guess it's kind of was brought up because it's 2026, it's a new year. We're all making our goals, things that we want to achieve, things that we want to go after in the new year. But it's also like a reminder to like check the heart, to make sure that your intentions are pure and that these are things that are actually aligned with God's will. I think everybody has kind of had their own in and out with grind culture of trying to achieve every goal. But if the objective behind the goal is things that the world typically celebrates, like materialistic things, a certain level of power, a certain level of recognition, but it doesn't really bring God glory, you might need to reconsider. Because the longer you go after this path, the longer you go after this goal, it's just going to chip away at the bits of your soul. And it's not only your salvation or your closest to God, but your emotions. This is why we see people who are going after goals that may not be for them, going through depression, having to deal with bouts of anxiety, or even your imagination. Like your creativity is cut off because you're so centered and focused on this one goal that may not actually be a part of God's will for you. So that's just something to consider. By the way, Happy New Year.